Welcome to a special edition of the Richmond Film Network podcast, featuring actors from the short film Monday, a White Balloon Productions film directed by Richmond Film Network founder Lisa Giles. Made for the first ever Global City producer 48-hour film project.
I'm Montrece Hill, and my role in Monday is Jasmine. Jasmine Miller. I'm so sorry. Like I'm kind of already switching into like my next project. So I'm like, that's not my name in this new project. Yes, Montrece Hill, and I play Jasmine Miller in Monday.
My name is Tryphaena Singleton. I played Dr. Marshall until.
Okay. Hello, my name is Olivia Cate, and I played Disgruntled wife in Monday. When I signed on, I was expecting to just be script supervisor. Script supervising is when you make sure each shot looks the same for that particular scene continuity, and so that was what I was focusing on. And then when we lost a few actors, I was asked to jump in. At first, I was like, "Oh no!" like a bit stressed. Like, "Oh, I didn't prepare for this." So it was a nice challenge, and I think with the whole cast and crew being so supportive, I think that was the reason why I felt less stressed and was able to just go right in. And Elena, who was one of our PAs, helped me out with memorizing my lines, and during my scene she was a script supervisor. So thank you, Elena, for helping me out.
When I signed on for this project, I knew I was coming in as an actor. I really thought I would just be maybe a little side B character, and it was kind of crazy to show up and get the script and see that I ended up getting the main role, which is funny because I kind of feel like every character is the main role. Like literally every character on this project was the lead. I just happened to be on the poster. And I play the botanist that saves the world. I've worked on 48 hours before, so it's been a while.
For me, my role actually changed twice. I came on, I was initially supposed to be the seductive woman, and then it changed to the disgruntled wife, and then my last character was Dr. Marshall. So expectation-wise, I think this was my fourth 48, so I kind of was just used to like adrenaline pumping, just pretty much stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready, stay prepared, stay open-minded, because, you never know what you're going to get when you're doing a 48-hour film project. And I had a ball, so that's nice.
I have done film festivals in the past, but more like the 54 film festivals. I mostly acted on those, so I knew what could happen on the actor side, but never experienced going from crew to acting. But I think because of how everyone was so supportive and caring and just wanted to have fun, that I think I was able to make those adjustments. And with the help of Elena, who is one of the PAs, it was possible to do that whole scene that I was given an hour in advance for to learn.
Noticing and understanding that the time is evaporating with the 48, because we know that we're on a time crunch, it does help me to trust myself more because we don't have time to overthink. So, when you're on a regular film set or TV set or even in theater, you have time to kind of go over and figure things out. But this is like every minute counts. So for me, I'm like, just flow with it. Just flow, let it be natural. So I would say I personally trust my instincts more and panic less because you don't have room for that, which is kind of the fun part about it. What about you, Montrece?
I definitely trust my instincts a little more, and I think it comes from having a large background in theater, because there are no cuts, there are no go backs. Like you kind of have to trust what you're delivering at the moment. I don't tend to panic very often, which is funny because in my normal life, I overthink, I panic, I sometimes second guess a lot of choices, but it's like the moment that I'm within the project and it's go time, it really feels like I switch into a whole different person. And Montrece doesn't exist anymore, and the role itself is it. So I tend to do really well to just not overthink so much and to also trust the direction of my director and the people on set that actually created this world that I have to portray. So I definitely try to lean into trusting my director a lot more and just deliver. And like I said, I think having a strong background in theater really kind of pushes you to just be bold, go for it. And, if it lands, it lands. And if not, then we try to pick it back up. But with 48 hours, because it is such a time constraint, just go for it. And I will say this group did a great job of like just bouncing back actors falling out or locations falling through. You don't really have a whole lot of time to overthink. You have to just do. So with 48 hours, I definitely go in it with more of a mindset of just trusting and doing. I thought it was a conscious choice to have Jasmine be a little bit calm while everything is melting down. And I went that route because I'm not a botanist. I have no idea like what scientists have to go through on a regular, but they can't really focus on if this doesn't work or how do I get this to work. It seems to be like they're very present in what they're doing at that moment. You're not going to go to the ER and you tell you tell the doctor, oh, I broke my arm, and then everyone goes crazy. Oh my God, you broke your arm. What are we going to do? Like there has to be some kind of calm presence that keeps everything together. And there is a big pressure on her shoulders to save humanity. So I think it's also like, I know this sounds crazy, but there's also that thought that, we're already in a bad situation. I can't really F this up any more than what it is. Like we're all about to be gone. So it's no point in like adding more stress to the situation. Let's just try to do the best that we can in this moment and we will go from there.
So I had no real time to learn the lines for the disgruntled wife role. And what really helped me get into the mindset was my theater background and what Montrese explained, I guess, what I what I was feeling in that moment. And so like, yes, you only have one take. And I also thought about how we didn't have much time. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be the last scene. So we can't leave this building without me finishing this scene. So I think that pressure of, okay, I really have to do this so we can go home. And so that kicked in. And so the pressure really helped me learn my lines, which I don't really know how to explain how that mentally works. But I've always worked better under pressure. And I think that comes from the theater background, along with, of course, the support of the casting crew.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that and say for me, being that my role changed twice, I was already learning another set of lines. So I was like locked in, like, oh, we're good. And then it was actually, you'll be playing this role. And this character, Dr. Marshall, had way more lines. So for me, I also have a theater background as well as dance. And one thing I've learned is to always stay ready. I said this earlier, always stay ready. And so that helped. But also, shout out to Leah, one of the other actresses who did some line reads with me. She was helping me as well, just like reading lines. So that made a difference also in me being able to memorize the lines and just, yeah, I'm a person who also works well under pressure. And, it's fun. It's fun to me. So that definitely helped.
If the world was getting in 5 minutes and
If the world was ending in 5 minutes, I would probably pray. I'll probably pray and then just roll with the punches. I mean, freaking out is not going to save you. So I would just pray, have gratitude, and just be like, well, we made it this far.
The world ends in 5 minutes. Act accordingly. If the world were to end in 5 minutes, honestly, I think I would spend that last 5 minutes. And I know this is going to sound so corny, but I would spend those last 5 minutes with my grandmother, just try to soak up every single bit of those last moments with her. She's someone I often think about when I'm ever in places of doubt or discomfort, and being just in her presence and with her, it quiets everything down. I would want those last 5 minutes to be as peaceful as possible. So yeah, I think that's what I would
Oh, that's so sweet.
do. Sweet old lady.
If I only had 5 minutes, I think I would just cuddle with my dog. What else? What else is there to do? Nothing else you can do. So I would just hold my dog. Yeah, hold my little Holly. The themes: denial, distraction, intimacy, and urgency. Out of those themes, I would say denial hits closest to home for me, because I hate to admit I was like looking for the best in people, and that has kind of kept me from trusting myself or like letting people go when I should. And so, like when people show you who they are, believe them. That's what I'm still learning that, but I think because the denial has kept me from getting rid of toxic people. So I would say, yeah, that would one I think I resonate with the most.
I would say intimacy. I think intimacy for me would be a big thing because I'm a Capricorn, so I'm always moving, I'm always working, I'm always focused on the logistics of things. I'm always rational, like thinking, like even in my normal life, I tend to forget to stop and be a little bit more vulnerable with the people around me, the people that I love, and not just intimacy in a romantic sense, but intimacy all across the board. Like, I tend to lack that. I have to consciously think about being present. And it is bad, but yeah, I think that would be the moment. Intimacy and sadness that I didn't spend more time actually giving the love and vulnerability to those around me that I really should be doing. So I think intimacy and sadness would be themes that definitely connect to me the most from this project.
For me, I actually connected a lot with Dr. Marshu's character because she was kind of like a mentor in a sense to Jasmine, and it was just very encouraging. So I was going to say urgency, but I feel like this kind of like twofold where it's like we have an urgency because the world is ending, but there's also a part of her that's like, let's slow down a bit. Let's take a moment and know that everything's going to be okay. So I would definitely have to say just the compassion piece, the understanding, and urgency that this needs to happen, but it's going to get done. So no need to rush.
I just want to say we're all Earth signs, so I love how we're all like Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, and so we're all like, yes, we're better under pressure. We love pressure, and I'm like, yeah.
I know. That's so funny.
This feels very healing. I feel like it's a really great therapy session.
I really love that like our answers are like a little bit more thought-provoking. Like everyone's answers are like, it's not just pertain to the film, but I don't know, it's funny because it really did make me look into other aspects of my life working on this project. That like, if I only had this amount of time allotted to me, like how would I spend that? And I think I'm trying to just implement that more into my life anyway, is that, you know, I think we all need to be a little bit more present and a little more thought in what we're doing.
Yeah. I would say I look so much into the future, and I'm like, wait a second, how am I going to get to the future or accomplish those goals if I don't do the baby stuff? So like, you know, auditioning, or like something to agents and things like that. There's so many different steps to getting to like the goal. And then it's like this week I had no work because school was out, and I was like bored a lot, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to be bored. You know, I don't, and then I got like stressed that I was bored. I'm like, something's wrong, everything is wrong. It's like, no, you're safe, you're inside, everything is great. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I think like only 5 minutes to live. It's like, well, you know, I think just living life in the moment and being present is so important.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this past week has
Yeah.
been helping me kind of slow down as well. I was actually just on a Zoom call yesterday in the workshop, and we talked about like slowing down. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I so needed this. Like, I think this ice storm, I'm not going to call it a snowstorm, kind of forced us to have a
No, it's
moment to
ice.
sit down and like,
It's ice.
oh,
That's nice.
listen, thick ice too. It's thick ice.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to being like up and going and going and going. And I'm like, I needed this time to rest. It's okay to not have to do anything. It's okay to just sit down and just chill out. I went outside. It was cold too. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm in the house. It's okay. So I agree with this film. Like, we got to see like people's priorities. Like you had Jasmine trying to save the world. You had those that were like, well, let's get it popping. Like, you know, the world is about to end. You
Yeah.
had the wife that's like, oh, it's ending. I'm gonna let you know how I feel, you know, with her husband. But in the end, everything worked
Yeah.
out. And so I think it kind of put into perspective, like in day-to-day life, how sometimes we get into a sense of urgency or rushing or feeling like you said, Olivia, like I have to go to the next, I have to be doing something. And it's okay to have those moments of stillness and quietness. So yeah.
Absolutely. So since the film ended with me saving the world,
Right.
what do you think your characters did after that? Like your specific
Mm,
characters. Like once everyone figured out what was gonna happen and the aftermath. Like what do you
that
think
is a
your
great question.
character, or how do you think
Yeah,
they,
I love that question.
like how they deal with the aftermath of the
Yeah,
effect that they
Mhm.
of that they did when they thought they only had 5
yeah,
minutes.
I think the disgruntled wife probably divorced her husband because, you know, the truth is out there. You know, she finally, you know, got the courage to say how she truly felt, and I think you can't really come back after you've told someone you just don't like them in that way. And yeah, I think she divorced and found someone else who fits her life better, and she's more confident now. And she yeah, she's that girl now.
Nice.
I would say I actually think just based on the interaction between Jasmine, Miss Montrece, and myself, I feel like we actually probably partnered to do something else because I know like even in the end, and it was like a scene where I say, you know, it's only you that can do this and I believe in you to do this. And so I'm kind of pouring into you. So I feel like just I probably took on more mentees. But I think after this it was like, all right, what's next? We did that. You saved the world. What's next? So that's what I would think.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
your guys' scenes together. Like the chemistry was so real, and it was so much
Yeah.
fun to
it
like see
was
the interaction. Like,
really
oh, but
really
they're so
good.
supportive of each other. I could tell like it was even as like people like outside of the characters that you guys were like supporting
Yeah.
each other in the moment.
Yeah.
And
I
Mhm. For
really,
yeah,
sure.
really liked that. I really enjoyed that, honestly, that you became actually in that scene with me. Because when I first read the script and I was looking over everything, and which by the way, the first thing that Jasmine did once she saved the world was download a dating app. That's exactly what she did. My girl downloaded a dating app and she got
Yeah.
exactly what she really wanted. And she got exactly what she really wanted. That's what she did. She got the dating app, she went out, and she had herself a
Mhm.
good little thrill. Maybe a little too much fun before she went back to work. But um I do love that you ended up taking that role, because like I said, I was reading the script and my mentor was originally supposed to be an older man, and I honestly wasn't too keen on the dialogue that was happening between her and her mentor. I felt that it was it was just a little, just, I don't know, it was weird to be this young scientist, you know, and she's a young female and she's talking to her mentor who's an older man, and she's talking about not getting laid and how she can't cook, and it was very much giving this pick me energy for a woman who's supposed to be confident trying to save the world, and she was in this state of vulnerability. I think that's you know, it sounds so minor that she's focusing on the world is about to end, girl, and you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're worried about you're not having sex and all of that. And I think it was more so the bigger thing of the world is about to end and I have not actually invested anything into my personal life. And I think that's what Jasmine more so was talking about, was that, you know, I focused so much on this that I can't do basic things that would bring anyone happiness or bring another person into their lives that they could share their lives with. So I really love that that you took that role instead, because it felt more real, it felt more comfortable, it felt like she was actually confiding in her mentor, and not only just her mentor but to another woman, so that the lines actually felt more real to me then, because at first they didn't. I was just like not connecting with it too well. I was feeling uncomfortable and I'm just like, I mean, does she got to be telling this man all about this stuff? Like, can she just it was so much better when I realized you was putting on that lab coat and I was like, oh, okay. Now I can really give this role like what it deserves, because
Yeah.
it felt a lot more real to the situation.
Like a
So
sisterhood. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it was, and I just really love that. So sorry to that man who couldn't make it, but
So sorry.
I think this was a much better. It was just a much better. It was just
Yeah,
overall.
I agree.
I agree, because I've seen a lot of stereotypes in movies and shows and things like that, and so I think it would have not been as great if it was that dynamic. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people probably would have been like, I'm gonna pass a Bechdel test.
Right.
So, you know, I do love how things happen.
I'd say that was
Okay.
definitely a highlight for me with this project. And like the universe just heard it, because I didn't even have to say anything. I usually don't, you know, I don't make much of a fuss when I'm on sets, but you know, I just kind of go in and do the job. But it was just perfect. It just made everything in line, and everyone was so great. Working with the whole team was pretty cool. I still keep in contact with a decent amount of people who worked on this project. And it was great. I had a great experience.
Yeah, I was thinking, how what if all the characters just kind of somehow like met, you know? So Montrece, you're saying your character went on dating apps and maybe mine did too, and then like we were we're like at the, I don't know, like a bar or something like that. I'm like, oh, like I run into you or run into me or something like that. And then
Yeah.
you know, I meet everyone else somehow around each other. It was really, really fun. It's like that was like,
Except
I don't know,
Will, he's dead.
Oh yeah, sorry, Will.
Sorry, Will. Rest in peace,
No.
Will. Oh.
I didn't know anybody from the cast or crew, no, except the AD, oh, Joshua, our AD. I went to high school with him.
Oh, wow.
And he looked familiar, and I was like, where'd you go to high school? And I was like, oh my goodness. So then that was a really cool connection, but I didn't know anyone else on set prior to working with everybody.
I hadn't worked with anyone on this project before except the director. I have worked with Lisa Giles before. We have a very long history. She was my drama forensics coach in high school. And
Wow.
yeah, and she honestly she's been a pretty pivotal point in my acting journey. Even when I went into retirement, she's been a constant voice of like, you know, like, you sure you don't wanna? You sure you don't wanna? So Lisa Zhao's the only person I've worked with before. And
Mm.
I have never worked with Will
Mhm.
Sedaros before, but I have been in circles of people who have worked with him. I almost worked on a project with him once before I moved to Texas a long time ago. So it was pretty cool to kind of see that he's still in Richmond, he's still making films, he's still getting these opportunities, and him working with Lisa just seems like the perfect mix. So
Mhm.
yeah, I've only worked with one person, but was familiar with Will's work prior to working on this project.
I actually worked with Will and Josh on a couple projects, so it was nice coming into this, like having some familiar faces. And Lisa, I was familiar with her because, like I said, this was my fourth 48-hour film project. But I never worked with her personally, so it was really a blast working with her. Like I told her, she was such a calm, cool, collected director. Like she just made the experience just such worthwhile. Because I'm like, what do you mean we had all these changes and you're not freaking out? What do you mean it's okay? I like you. I love you.
Yeah.
So that was
See,
nice. But everybody else, like all the other actors were new.
leaning on leaning
Yeah,
on having a good
yeah,
director helps a lot with trusting yourself. So like,
it does for sure.
yeah,
For
I
sure.
think that out of all the directors I've worked with, I think Lisa's love for the project is really what stood out to me. I think why it was so different from other projects I've worked on. Um, yeah, and I think the way that she, wants to keep advertising this film, and then I think hyping us up as people. I even went up to her and said, like, out of all the directors, you've made me feel the most seen as an actress.
Mhm.
Because then when we did like the Instagram live, like she asked me questions like, "Oh, I've never felt like this appreciated or like seen or heard like by a director."
And
Yeah, I think she's definitely one of a kind.
mhm. She for sure is a jewel, a gem.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
she has a whole
absolutely work with
Richmond
all
Film
these people
Network
again.
too. Yes.
Yeah, I would work with all of these people again.
Yeah,
I had a really good experience
Yeah,
working with
me
this group.
too. I think
yeah,
everyone just
me
kind of
too.
just came in, just wanted to be
Mhm.
there. There was no like attitudes either. Like I've worked on sets where there
Mm-mm.
were certain people that had
Yeah,
attitudes, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna
it
be
was a really good vibe.
awesome. But yeah, it was really good
Yeah, it
vibes.
was. It really was. It just everything just flowed. Like I said, we know we had all the changes and all the things happening from our
Mm-hmm.
little hiccup with Petersburg. And then still it just everything just flows so
Forget about
naturally.
Petersburg.
She said I forgot. No,
Yeah.
I didn't forget.
I
See,
forget about Petersburg.
I remember arriving and I was like, oh, can't go there, can't go there, and I was like, oh.
I parked my truck like 15 minutes away from it. I was just like, well, it's a 15-minute walk from where I parked. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, all of my stuff on my back. I
You
was
were
like,
so ready.
I'm going to get there, which was funny. I got right to the hotel door and Will calls and he's like, we're going to just go back to the original spot. And I was like, and I just
No.
went and just, and
Right,
just booked it back. Like, all right, all right, all right.
right.
You did it for us.
I was
Thank
literally
Yeah.
calling him
And
and
I
you.
texting him
honestly,
pictures. Like, it was crazy. I was
yeah,
like, look, so I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I didn't realize it was a parade at first because I'm like, I'm seeing cops outside. So I'm thinking, well, maybe something happened, you know. I'm like,
yeah,
no, no, this is everywhere, every turn, every
There's the
detour. It wasn't a
Grinch.
detour. So I'm sending him pictures like, there's no way in. And he was like, are you
yeah.
serious? I said, it's a parade. He's like, a parade. So the next thing you know, I'm getting a call like, hey, just come on back. I'm like, sure, sure. So,
Yeah, and
yeah, it was
yeah,
crazy.
it was even the art PA's way like they built the set, like the science lab and everything was amazing. So
Yeah.
Oh,
um
yeah.
yeah, yeah, but all I think it all worked out just how it was supposed to
Yeah.
be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the set was
I think
awesome.
yeah, they brought in like the fake uh, plants and everything. I was surprised like how fast it happened. Like, oh wow, this is like so different than what I saw before. Like they were really on it.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
what I am most proud of about this film I think being able to adjust so quickly to all the changes. Like, of course, there's been changes on other film festivals, but everyone seemed to look like a lot more stressed out. But I felt like this way it was so calm, really helped me be calm. And then just meeting everyone. Like, I think that was probably the most thing I was proud to have experienced.
What I'm most proud of from this film, collectively, I'm just proud that everyone seemed to be kind of on the same wave of wanting this to be a good project. Whatever role that anyone was in, it seems like they took a lot of pride in what they were doing. And I think collectively, that's why this project was such a success. What I'm proud of personally is the fact that I chose to come out of retirement of acting with a 48-hour project where I had memorized a script since God knows when. And I decided, like, yeah, you can memorize a script in an hour. Sure. After not doing this for a long time, you could do it in an hour. So I'm personally proud that I took this challenge, and I feel like I ran with it. I feel like I did what I could with what I had. And I feel really proud of that. And it honestly gave me the confidence to get back out there and to put myself back out there and to get back into doing something that I actually love. And now I'm older and I'm in a position where I can not stress so much that big feeling of needing to make it. And now I'm in a place where I just feel the need to make good art, whatever that looks like, in whatever capacity, on whatever level. And this film really just, it helped me with that. And I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud of all of us, really.
I would agree with that. I would say for me, I'm most proud of just seeing it come together. Like you both have mentioned, we had a couple hiccups. So just to see how it just flowed and everything, I really believe everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Like Leah's character was originally written for a man as well. So I think all of that just flowed naturally. It was like everything was supposed to happen the way that it did. And it just flowed naturally. So I would just say I was just so proud of us coming together to make a great body of work. I mean, from the poster to the cinematography. I know when we were filming, we were looking at it like, this looks freaking amazing. But we didn't really understand it
Yeah.
until we saw it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks great. So I definitely was proud of that, for all of us. But then also, like, personally, I think for me, it was just, again, getting out of my comfort zone because every 48 I've done has been different. So that's one thing I would say is just getting out of my comfort zone and doing another one. Because I was literally, right before I saw this opportunity, I was like, are you sure you want to do another one? And I'm like, you know what? Why not? Heck yeah. So I'm glad it worked out the way that it did. And then even just connecting with you all, I think this was such a great cast and crew. And I really do believe that we're going to do other things. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to what's to come from this for sure.
me too.
Mhm.
Like we all went to like lunch together. I've enjoyed those events, so maybe we can do something soon and just for fun. We can
I know
all
we
just get
need
together.
to. We seriously need to plan something.
Yeah, we do. And shout out to Curtis
Mhm.
Boggs, the
I know. I was about to
cinematographer.
say,
Yes,
yeah, he was
He
great.
was
He
he
was
was
great
they're
great.
so
He was a
for
sweet.
lot of
sure.
fun. They were all fun. The
Yeah.
lighting crew was
Yeah.
fun, like the gaffers. Oh, crafts and
Hmm.
services.
Oh,
Crafts
yes.
and services, they always my
Yes.
favorite. Crafts and services
Bought the
always my favorite.
sandwiches, the sweets.
They kept
Yeah,
us well fed and well hydrated.
they did.
They really
Everyone did
did.
such a great
Yes.
job.
Shanty.
Everyone did such a
Yes.
great job. Oh my gosh, like Shanti
Mhm.
Crafts and Services.
Shanty,
Yes,
yeah.
She was
Shanti.
awesome.
She
Man,
was.
yeah, everyone was so great. Like, I still honestly think back to the project just because um it's it's rare that you work on projects where it's like, no, everyone was cool, everything was great. Like you don't
That's
hear a lot
true.
of things, it was just not a lot of things that you could negatively feel from doing this.
I remember walking into the room and seeing you two and the other actors, and I was like, the energy was just so good. I was like, this is gonna go so well, and like everyone was just so welcoming and sweet.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to everyone was just so calm, and we all really just wanted to be there and really cared about what we were doing. Yeah, it felt like a really mature set. Yeah.
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 And also, Monday won the Global Audience Choice Award.
It
Yay!
did.
That was terrible snap. It was nominated for Best Cinematography. Shout out to Curtis. Curtis Boggs. And
Yes.
in Best Poster Design. That means a lot to me because it does show a best poster was done by Benson.
Petrizik. There you go.
Benson Petrizik. He designed the poster, the nominations, and the win. I think it shows how I think the chemistry, I think, was so evident on screen that the audience was able to pick up on it, and I think that's why it was so loved by everyone. How well everyone worked together, and how everyone was just so sweet and kind. I think it just showed, and I think that's why it got the nominations that it did. Everyone just also very, very talented too. And
like you said, the audience definitely could feel the chemistry. Like, yeah, I mean, it's no shock that Monday won Global Audience Choice. I mean,
Of course not.
and that's not just because we were in it, but I think because like it is like it's very relatable. It's very relatable. Like think of like all the times like you may have like had fun conversations with friends or things like, oh yeah, if you only had this amount of time to live. And the answers that you get from people are usually what you see in that we portrayed in Monday. Like you have like, resentful feelings finally coming out, like lustful desires being fulfilled and just going bigger than you've ever gone before. And I think the audience, I think when they were watching it, they were asking themselves, like, what would I do? And kind of seeing themselves in these different characters of, oh yeah, I could see myself doing that. I definitely get that, or, oh, like, and I think that's why the audience definitely chose it. Being nominated for best cinematography, I mean, come on.
the lighting was so good.
Eight down. I mean, I was watching it and I'm still begging for a full length. I'm just saying. I still feel like, I know it's like, oh, Monday can't be a full. I still believe that Monday could be a longer film. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm just thinking a little too far out, but I think it could be. I really feel like this would be an awesome like trailer, like how they used to do like little like they used to do like they weren't like trailers, but I can't remember what they call it. Like proof of concept, and then it like be this bigger thing. I mean, like we said when we went to celebrate at bingo, like a lot of films that we enjoy started out like this. Like I was naming like maybe 3 or 4 of them I know offhand that started off as little shorts, and then someone saw the potential of actually making it a full length. And I could kind of see Monday being that, especially with the social climate that we're in. I don't mean to get political, but with the climate that we're in, I think it also is why the audience chose this as what they thought was because we're kind of in, it feels like we're in the final season of America right now. I hate to be political, but so I think Monday also kind of hit this like hidden this hidden underline of like kind of what we're going through with our society today. This unrest, this unsure, this what do we do, when we just really have no idea, no real direction. And I think the film definitely spoke on a bunch of levels. So I'm not shocked that Monday did as well as it did with the awards, because I mean, it's layered. It's really layered, from the writing to the cinematography, even the music aspect of it. It, it's very politically unpolitical, and I think that's why the audience really gravitated to this film.
Everything you just said, I agree with both of you too. I would say that I think that they felt the heart of the film because it wasn't just relatable, but I think that they got to see like the behind the scenes of how much we really put into it. Because people have different reasons for why they do the 48-hour film project, but I think with this, you could feel like Lisa's passion about not just the film itself, not just the 48-hour film project, but even just us as actors, as cast, crew, all of that. And it really showed in the film. Everybody put their A game on. Everybody came and just gave it 100%. And I think that was kind of felt too. The audience was like, this doesn't look like something that was done in 48 hours. This looks like you guys took so much time and just put so much thought into it. I mean, when I saw the poster, I was floored. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is freaking amazing. So I think that's one of the reasons it won. And even just, you talk about the cinematography, but it was such a beautifully done and beautifully shot film that I'm just like, I second that, Montrese. So when are we getting the full length? Like, what's up? When we need to do this? So
I'm
I
serious.
definitely think
I've had
I
so many
agree.
people
Started
I
ask
right
agree.
me,
now.
when's the full
I
coming
agree.
out? I've had so many people ask,
Mm-hmm.
when is the full movie coming out? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's just a short.
No,
So
it's a short.
people see the potential.
Yeah.
They do. Because
He
again, we
started.
put so much into it. It wasn't just half done. It wasn't just done like an afterthought. Let's rush and do something. It felt like, okay, if we did this in 48 hours, can you imagine what will be done when we have more time to actually put into it? So that was why I believe that it won not only audience choice, but I mean, come on, like it was shot beautifully and in the poster, like let's just take a moment, a little bit of commotion for the poster.
Yeah.
So I really think that was
That
one of
moment
the
of
things. And I
silence.
mean, you can't hide chemistry. You can't fake chemistry, and everything just literally, it wasn't
No.
perfect. Like we mentioned numerous times, the hiccups that came, but the way everybody was just a good sport and everybody was there just with their A game on and willing to help and fill in where we needed it, it showed and translated on screen. So that's what I think. I'm like, everybody saw it was like, yeah, they did their thing.
It was perfect.
It was.
It was. It
It
was.
was great. Yeah.
And the music too. We
Right
can't
now for
forget
the
the music.
movie.
We can't forget the
Yeah,
music.
Casey
Casey
Lemhart, our
Linhart, the music. Come on
composer.
now.
Soundtrack is on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your
YouTube.
music. It's there.
Yep.
And you could just see
Mhm.
and you could just see the poster, and Monday poster Montrese.
Yeah, I got family members that are they got that, like, I go to their house and it's like on their fridge, the little
Oh,
poster.
thank
I'm
you.
like, this
Mine's on
is,
my TV. Just
yeah.
every day, just like oh, Monday.
Oh man, so time to start putting this thing in some film festivals.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to
Mm-hmm.
like,
Ooh, the
I'm
whole
very excited
world.
for the world to really see Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited
I'm
for it.
very
Again, like
excited.
I don't know why, maybe again, I'm knocking on wood and everything, but I see Monday full length. I do. I see it full length film. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm in it or not, I just see it as a full length film. Fingers crossed
We're
that
claiming it's
we win
already in
some
there.
film festivals and people love it.
We're claiming
It's
it.
already
It's
happening.
already done.
It actually happened
We're
already.
claiming it.
Yeah. We got so much good feedback. Like it was so much positive feedback from it. That's why I'm like, what's next, guys? What are we doing?
Listen that.
What is next?
Man.
I know.
A possible festival location like New York, California, New Mexico, Alabama, Kansas, and Georgia. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of states. The journey's still happening for Monday, and I'm very excited. I feel really good things about it.
Yeah.
I know that Richmond is, smaller city, but there's just so much art going on around here, and I hope we get more light shined on Richmond through all of this. So I'm excited to see how much comes from this. And yeah.
What's next for you all creatively?
I am working on music right now with my teacher. So I've been writing original music for years now, and so that's gonna get recorded and released. So I'm very excited for that part of my creative side to be shown to the world. I'm excited to really see what happens with that, and then for auditions, keep on auditioning and submit to agents as well. So we'll see what happens.
What's next for me creatively? I am starting to take singing lessons to strengthen my voice a bit. I've always been more of an ensemble girl, but I'm trying to figure out if I got the chops to be solo. And I'm also working on another short film project that should be coming out early next year. And I'm still waiting to get more information on that, but I'm pretty excited. But of course, still auditioning and getting out there. And I think I want to just also do some stuff that's not like paid or contract, just so I can get just more practice under my belt. And also, I really enjoy connecting with a lot of creatives here in Richmond since moving back. I think that's also been like a really big thing for me, is to strengthening my creative circle that's around me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off that. Yes, also strengthening my creative circle as well, because I moved back here in May. So, yeah, I'm excited to meet more people and strengthen our relationships.
I concur. I guess we all just moved back because I moved back like 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in 2 weeks, actually. And so it's been the same thing. I was like kicking and screaming
That's
coming
so
back. But
cute.
creatively, I know, right? It's so crazy. I'm like,
Girl,
okay. I'm
same.
like, maybe like I came back. God brought me back for a reason. But I would say too, same thing, like auditioning. Literally, like I said, everything has been just aligned. It's been alignment. Like I've been in such a place, especially this year, where I'm like, it has to be in alignment. If it's not, I'm good. But as far as
Yeah.
like creatively and things that I have coming up, like I have another short film as well that I'm working on. I'm also still auditioning, and I have a dance background, and I've been getting the inkling to get back into actually taking formal training because I've been teaching for the past few years, and I'm like, I want to get back into being a student. So that's actually something I'm working on. And then again, just collaborating. I feel like this is the year to really just utilize. Sometimes we say, oh, I need resources. I want to connect with people. Like Olivia said, what about the connections you do have? So hopefully we'll be doing something together soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the near future.
The best way to keep up with me, I have an Instagram. It's at Livy underscore Cate.
Anyone who's just interested in following me and my journey, you can follow me on Instagram. It is Monty_Python. Yes, I am dating myself with that reference. Not apparently the kids don't even know that reference anymore, which is crazy to me. But yeah, of course you can always follow White Balloon Productions if you want direct information on Monday, because things on our pages are going to just like filter on, but if you want it like firsthand to follow the journey of Monday, definitely check out White Balloon Productions on Instagram.
Yes. And you all can keep up with me as well on Instagram at Tryphaena S. So yes, and again, like she said, White Balloon Productions. Yeah, I'm looking forward to us to come, guys. Hopefully something soon. Hint, hint. Lisa will.
And
Oh, this won't be
Yes.
the last time you see us. You're going to
Oh,
keep on
definitely
seeing
not.
us.
we'll be back so soon. Talk some more
Yes.
things.
Thank you guys for
Some
tuning
therapy
in.
session.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
for
you so
sure.
much for watching.
Thank you
Yes,
everyone for
guys. Thank you.
watching. Have a great Monday.
Yes.
That's a wrap for this edition of the Richmond Film Network podcast featuring the cast of Monday. Follow White Balloon Productions on Instagram for screening opportunities as Monday makes its way on the International Film Festival circuit. Until then, keep the cameras rolling.